morning, everyone. I have such a wonderful day planned. It is unbelievable. I'm so excited for today, and I've been looking forward to it for such a long time. I mentioned in a previous vlog that I was invited to Belmont Le Manoir in Oxfordshire, a place where Ali and I go for like lunches often. But do you know what? I've never been in like spring, summer, and whilst I don't think there's going to be a lot for me to see at this time of the year, I need to make sure that I make a plan to go back. I was invited to go to the Charles Dowding gardening course, and I was in Madrid, so I was really sad about that. Like, genuinely, I was like, can we move it? I don't know, but it was just obviously too much hassle. And I'm doing a course on microherbs. The thing is I looked at the courses and I was sort of like, what don't I know anything about? And microherbs was it. I was like, I don't really know what they are. I don't really know what I would use them for. I don't know. So basically I'm going to do that one. And Carrie's coming with me today, so it should be really nice, but also such a beautiful setting to do a class in, because their kitchen garden is really something, and I've only ever been in the real depths of winter. Now, I don't know if you can tell from the lighting, but it is very dark this morning. I think we're in for a bit of a wet one, but we should be in the safety of the greenhouse at Le Manoir, so it should be fine. I'm obviously gonna dress practically for the occasion because, you know, I'm gonna be doing some gardening, but you know me, I have perfected my craft, and I was just thinking about it this morning and I was like, gosh, I can't even imagine like gardening and not doing it and stuff, like wearing something that's comfortable to me and sacrificing what feels normal to me for the sake of others. So even today, I'm going in my usual, I'm probably gonna wear a shirt, but like a brushed cotton shirt of sorts, a gilet from Holland Cooper. I don't know if my Beaufort and Blake shirt is in the wash, because I've literally worn it so much. Some jeans, and I think my like welly riding boots, because I think that if we're going to be having lunch, I want to still be able to like look smart while still being practical, and those boots are like my secret weapon. By the way, my makeup at the moment, I've had so many questions. I'm basically using so much Beauty Pie. I've got the By Terry CC serum on my skin. Then I've used a Beauty Pie concealer. This is the Everyday Great Skin Concealer in shade Buff. I then obviously use my favorite, which is the under eye brightener in light underneath my eyes. And then this, you're gonna love it. I'm not using it yet, I'm using the bronzer. I've swapped over to this bronzer as well, because quite honestly, like, it's amazing. Honestly, their makeup stuff, I feel like I really got into their skincare stuff, but their makeup, And I actually prefer the size of this bronzer because I can literally throw it in my bag. The other ones are so big, like I'm not gonna be bronzing my behind with it. I don't need it to be that big. But yes, anyway. So if you've been wondering on my more fresh-faced days what I'm wearing, it is this. I actually have a TikTok that I'm gonna be filming that's probably gonna be a bit more concise about what it is that I'm wearing on my face at the moment. But yeah, spring makeup, I generally tend to move over to a much more brighter and less makeup-y look, because I also use obviously SPF, but because I spend so much time in the garden, the last thing that I want to do is to have like cakey makeup. Obviously when I go to London, this is what I mean when I'm like, I definitely live a double life. What was I saying before I started telling you about makeup? Anyway, I'm very excited. This is the kind of gardening that I'm into. I feel like this is like bougie gardening. And I'm looking forward to going, because I'm sure you've realized from my channel, but I'm not usually someone that goes to things like this, but I actually have a long list of classes and events that I want to go to, and I'm trying to build myself up to doing things like more, what's the word, like on my own. I've always been someone that's quite nervous about doing things on my own, and especially now in the job that I do, I feel even more so like worried about those things. I just find it quite daunting. I often feel like it's all my own insecurities, it's not on anyone else, but like I always feel a little bit prejudged, which is not anyone else's issue but my own. And I don't know, it's really weird. It's such a weird sensation. And especially at 35, I need to stop being so like fearful of everything, because that is I need to stop being so fearful of everything, because I do spend my life fearful of everything, and I don't want to. I'm desperately in need of a new mascara. I have used this to within an inch of its life. So yeah, I'm trying to like, there's lots of things that I think I have to worry about that maybe people aren't aware of because of things, and things that I weren't even aware of when I started this career and didn't even think it through properly. The thing that's really weird is that I can often tell when someone or has like either come across me online and has like made up their mind about me already, and that is a really difficult place for someone who's like hyper aware like me. It's a very difficult place for me to be, because I feel like I'm already on the back foot. And so going to these things, I'm sure there'll be nobody that knows who I am and cares. Not that I'm the big I am or anything, but these are all, I'm just giving you an insight into my brain, and my brain is constantly like this, like, oh, what did that person say? Did they mean it that way? What were they talking about? Was that a little bit with a little bit of an undertone? They really don't like you. That person hates you. Oh my gosh, you should not talk to them because they're really not nice to you. And that's what my brain is doing like a million times a second almost. Yeah, so I don't really like to, in short, I don't usually do things by myself, so I'm not doing this one by myself, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna get to a point where I'm like comfortable to go and do things by myself and not be scared. That is the aim of the game, because you get one life. I'm really looking forward to it, and I believe we've got like lunch there. It's quite a long day. It starts at like 9 and then it's till 3:30, but I'm gonna try and show you as much as humanly possible so that you really get a sense of like what's there, and if you want to book onto one yourself, pretty much. I think that's, apart from a bit of lip balm. Will I be the only girl wearing a tinted balm? Who knows? I don't think so, because I believe that there is a whole host of lovely people just like me who enjoy gardening but also enjoy wearing lip balm. So I am going to get myself dressed. I'm going to take a hair bubble and a clip just for safety. And of course we plan to stop off en route for a Starbucks. Et voila! That is pretty much my everyday makeup. I don't really do a lot more than that. If I'm like extra oily, I'll use the rhodial powder. I do love a good spritz. And this, I've got like 3 bottles of this, and this one's on it. I'm actually gonna take this with me. This is not meant as an over makeup spray, but I use it only, I use it all the time over makeup. With hydrangea paniculata extract, Defenseal, and Probiome Revival. Yeah, that's coming with me today. Okay, we are in the car. I didn't even get to show you my outfit of the day, but I have my Holland Cooper everything coat at the moment, and then I've got Holland Cooper gilet, Beaufort and Blake's shirt, which you actually can't see. I've got Paige denim jeans, and then my rubber wellies from Amazon, because I feel like the rubber wellies make it a little bit more like dressy, and then I can obviously like take my coat off and look mildly presentable if we do have like lunch or anything like that somewhere nice. It is raining, it is absolutely miserable today, so yes, looking forward to it and looking forward to the drive. We just pulled up at Starbucks, so Carrie's heading in to get us drinks, and then we're gonna head on our merry way. Other ladies have just nipped to the bathroom, and then we're going to head over to the glass house here at Le Manoir. I'm very, very excited, and I always forget how lovely it is here. All of the fires are roaring. I've got what seems to be like an entire living room to myself. Now, we haven't been blessed with the most beautiful of weather, but I don't think that matters when everything is just this beautiful. And I've never seen any flowers in bloom here, so for me, it's a treat just to see the bulbs coming up and the little spattering of lilac flowers there in the flower beds. I've never been lucky enough to see that when I've come here, but we are hoping to come back in a little while's time to do another gardening course, but this one is obviously the micro herbs. And then I think I'm coming to do the spring greens as well, which I'm really looking forward to. So yes, sad about the weather, but in all honesty, I think it's going to be a lovely day, even if we do get a little bit soggy in the process.
This is our lavender pot. and just use your imaginations. When you come up to the summertime, this is absolutely lined with those beautiful purple lavenders. In your element today.
I'm literally having the best day ever. We haven't even done anything yet. We've just been talking about gardening for the last like half an hour, and literally hearing everyone's stories. I'm like, oh my god, I love this so much. I can't wait to get back. We have just finished up our coffees, although I never finish a coffee, but we're going to go over to the micro tunnel to check out the micro little growing bits that we're going to be learning about today. So we're going to head in there and have a look.
This is Mousse de Provence. It's kind of like that Cinderella pumpkin. What's it called? Mousse de Provence. It's absolutely beautiful. This to me reminds me of my granddad. He used to always have a pot of lemon sherbet next to him.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's exactly what it smells like.
It takes me back to that kind of memory. Yeah. So here we are in our micros tunnel.
The whole tray.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a trend now in sort of garden centres to say that here's some microbes.
Oh wow!
It's
Oh
really.
my gosh!
Root structure, and that's why we go for a seed sowing compost. So at the moment we're using Moorland Gold, which is fantastic. It does also have the byproduct of the coconut, so I think this is what you were talking about. Yeah. I mean, these are fantastic.
I've bought something from Amazon that is like a what's it called?
A seed germinator.
A seed germinator, which is essentially just water. Like I'm just pouring water on it, and it's germinating my seeds, and then I can see the seeds that are. Is that a? And then I put it into soil, but it means I know which seeds are the like healthy seeds.
Viable seeds. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We do that with some certain seeds that we do that with. I do it with sweet corn, sweet
Yes, I've
peas,
just done,
like the biggest kind of seeds are absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do to start off with is fill our trays. Now there we go. Make sure you get those corners as well. Corners are the places that sink the most, and keep going. And as I said, don't be shy with the compost. Depending on the size of the seed is how much we're going to be using. Just nice and evenly as you can.
Wow!
So how would this be used?
Oh my god!
So Luke at the moment, I was talking to him yesterday, he's using it today on one of our private events, and he will be watering this down with a beef dish soup.
Of course, it's like horseradish. That's exactly what, yeah. We are battling against the rain today, but I have not stopped smiling. It has just been so fascinating. I've got like a long list of things that I might actually try and grow, even though I probably have discounted them in the past. And Miss Grayson is going to be getting some things in the ground, which I'm excited about. This way.
I am?
Yes. Got a long list, but honestly I feel like I could spend a month with August. I feel like I'm like fangirling. I'm just stood there like this the whole time. But we're now walking through the actual kitchen garden, and you're starting to see little sprouts coming up under the netting there, and it's very exciting. But we're going to do some more sowing after lunch. So we're heading back to the main house now, and then we're going to break for lunch. Well, it seems like they do things very similarly to me here, and we're going to be having lunch in the greenhouse at Le Manoir, which makes me very happy. I always feel like such a weirdo when I have lunch in my greenhouse, but this is too lovely. Too lovely. So these are the little trays that we're going to be growing. So we've already sown these two, but I'm so happy to see that we're going to be doing some pea shoots as well. These are the things that I've been trying to do at home and not been doing them very well. It's very good to be learning the proper way of doing this, because obviously I saw this at Keythorpe Hall and loved how these looked. So yes, I'm doing it the proper way and learning about the soil and how we need to have a special seed soil. It needs to be sieved. A lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be lovely to have these micro herbs and also these pea shoots for decorations on things like pea risottos and things like that.
What I always do with my seeds is I put them in the spoon, because otherwise they end up in all of this, and we're just going to give it a really light sand. So that's what you call scarifying. And then that should just really soften up that seed coat, let a little bit of water in, and then you're going to get germination a little bit sooner. There we go. And then we're going to use our dibber. Again, we're talking about the size of the seed and how deep we sow it. Now you think that, I would say, probably 2 of those first line. Now the reason that we go for double the depth and not too much more is because there's only enough energy in that seed for it to go so far, and then that's sometimes why you don't get germination, because it doesn't have enough to get out above the compost. So if you bury it too deep, then it might not have the energy to get that far. So then we're going to just go down to that first line, pop our seed in, and then tuck it into bed. Soak them overnight, and you probably might get a bit more quicker germination as well.
And soak,
Wow, I'm very cold. Fairly easy chaos, but actually it's a perennial, so it could last up to 20.
Right, we are out getting cold now. In between all of our seed sowings, we're kind of going for mini tours around the garden because the weather is not ideal today, but I'm enjoying every single moment of this. We're currently viewing the Asian inspired gardens because Raymond Blanc is heavily influenced and inspired, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I've shown this on my channel before when I've come previously, but we're just with the other ladies going and having a look around before we finish off for the day with the rest of our seed planting. But it's so beautiful. I can't wait to come back when it's like all in bloom.
And because bizarrely, this is my seeds for the first time before I bought.
So sprinkle them lightly across the surface, sort of as evenly as you can.
Don't cover them.
So we are going to slightly, just a tiny, because they're just that little bit bigger. Pop that in.
Oh, I didn't do that very well.
What we will do now is have a cup of tea.
What's a more?
So we have finished up our micro herbs sowing. I'm so happy we had enough time to do the pea shoots in the way that I wanted to. So I'm definitely going to scrap what I've done at home. It's such a learning curve, but I'm so happy that I now know how to do it myself. We've gone for the sweet dwarf green pea. We've got bronze fennel, we've got celery leaf, early bell, mustard leaf, we've got the butterfly pea, which we basically did 2. One of them has been scarified and one of them has not. We're going to see which one germinates better. I'm guessing it's going to be the scarified. And we've also gone for the lily white sea kale as well, which I'm very, very intrigued about. But we're going to sit down and have a cup of tea before heading home. I am now home and I definitely look like I have spent an entire day in the outdoors. Look at that glow. You just don't get that unless you've been outside. It was such a wonderful day. My goodness, I have learned so much. I've got a list of so many things that I want to grow, and I was so inspired by August. So August was the lady that you probably have seen throughout this, and she's like the head of the gardens, basically, I believe, at Le Manoir. And my goodness me, such an inspiring person. But I felt like I was fangirling a little bit, because it was like she was like a kindred spirit. Because when she said, oh, I've got like quite a big, well, not, she didn't say that. She was like, I post things on my Instagram and it's done quite well. And so I found her on Instagram and I noticed that she was like wearing dresses in the garden. And I know that this is like, I know that lots of us do this, but I know that sometimes it feels a little bit weird to be one of those people that is like you know, you've got the very much like the muddy gardeners, and I am a muddy gardener, but at the same time, like the people that just, they don't care about how things look. Whereas for me, this is a very, very beautiful visual thing that I do, that I also get produce from and then cook things, etc. So it's all like encompassing for me. And she was very, very similar in that respect. And there were so many things that she said and I was like, this is so weird. You're like literally saying the things that I think. And she was lovely, so enthusiastic. There's so much planned at Le Manoir as well. They have a new spa coming. They have a bistro, which is going to be exceptionally interesting for them, because at the moment it is like you have to book to go, you have to phone up if you want to look around the gardens. It's very much like you have to book to stay there, you have to book to have dinner and all of the experiences there, you have to book for the schools, which makes sense. The bistro is going to be very much more of like that sort of stop in, where you can just pop in, have food, enjoy the wonderfulness of Le Manoir, but also it be a little bit less structured, if that makes sense. They're making their gardening school all year round, whereas at the moment it is seasonal. So that's really exciting. There's like flower workshops, there's food courses, and we actually were very, very lucky to be able to meet Raymond Blanc himself, which was such an amazing experience. He was so lovely, again, so enthusiastic, everything was so beautiful there. And I have a list as long as my arm of seeds that I need to buy this evening, books that I need to buy, so much. I was like writing stuff on my phone. I hope they didn't think I was rude. But I had the loveliest day. I have actually booked myself onto another course as well, which is going to be more in springtime. I'm so looking forward to that, because the one thing is the weather today was a very typical wet, grey British day, and we soldiered on. At times it was really, really cold, but we soldiered on and I loved every moment. So I kind of just zoned out and didn't let it affect me too much. But I would really love to experience the gardens in sort of later springtime and see the flowers, more of the flowers in bloom, see more veg in the beds. They would make such wonderful gifts. I know that Mother's Day has just been, but if you're thinking about maybe Christmas presents and you want to get ahead, or birthday presents, the cookery school, the flower shops, the flower workshops, the wreath making, the classes, like this was so beneficial for me, and I enjoyed it so much. And then you get to obviously sample the food, and you can have lunch and you can stay over. Honestly, it was wonderful. And the really lovely thing about the group was that everyone was from different walks of life. So that one of the ladies was a music teacher, the other lady was a journalist, and then there was obviously Carrie and I. And it just shows you that obviously that, you know, if you have a passion for something, these things, they might be a little bit more expensive, but you can treat yourself to them and enjoy them. And it doesn't mean, you know, you can miss out. And honestly, the excitement of the other ladies was just so lovely. And I was so inspired. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to link obviously where you can have a look at the classes if you want to go and check them out. I will also link August's Instagram, because I think that you will love it. I have my little seed trays there. I need to get a little dish for the extra ones. But I have thought to myself, obviously I've done those pea shoots. They might be the wrong peas, but they are doing well. So I might just leave them. I don't think the soil is the right kind of soil, but they are doing their thing. So I'm just gonna have more pea shoots. Ali is gonna have a fit. Oh, Barkley, do you need to go outside, my love? Sorry, my love, you're such a good boy. Yes, and if you haven't noticed, at the moment I am husbandless because Mr. Millen Gordon has gone on a golf trip with his brothers. By the time you're watching this, he will have been back for a very, very long time. And he's enjoying himself with his brothers and his dad, having a bit of a lad's trip to play golf. So yes, it is me and the animals, and actually we're having a lovely, lovely time. I've come home to some samples from Colfax and Fowler, and also peony and sage. I'm obviously not showing you the front. These are some swatches that I ordered over the weekend because I think I found the fabric for my blinds. Basically, I've been wanting to get my dressing room finished. I feel like it's because Ali and I both work so much, getting things finished in this house is so hard. And with his dressing room looking so lovely, I really wanted to knuckle down and get mood boarding in my dressing room. And so I I did buy them, but I selected a whole load of fabrics that I thought would be lovely to use on the blinds in my dressing room. So I've gone for, these are the ones from Peony and Sage, which I thought were really lovely. I almost badly thought that Peony and Sage would be quite twee, but these are really lovely. Like this as a blind, like it's got that sort of wild vine feel to it, whilst also in a sort of ticking strike. Sorry, I'm just letting it bark me. Oh, my little springbok, you come! Yes, so I want to either, I don't want to go too green in the room, but at the same time, I love green. But what I've tried to do is select some sort of contrasting fabrics. So I'm thinking potentially this. I also really like this one. When I saw this, I thought this has got the contrast, but it's also got this lovely sort of fern stripe detailing. I've also got this one, which is a grey, but I always find swatches so hard. Like, look, you've just cut the most non-existent section of that, but I think this has got hydrangeas on it and things like that, and maybe some cosmos or something. But I liked this as a contrast. I'm going to go and sort of plan everything. This is another sort of wild and wonderful, but I think that is the wrong sort of colour palette. I thought maybe going a bit deeper and having these tones. It's all something that I'm just going to play around with. I really liked this one though as well. So this isn't green, but still feels quite wild, which I loved. So those are the ones from Peony and Sage. And then from Colfax and Fowler, there is one in here that I think is going to be the favourite. Oh, some of these are so lovely. Yeah, so this one. So this is the, oh, I think it's this one. So this is the Colfax and Fowler Oakham Linen Green. One thing I love about fabrics is, first of all, if they are embroidered, but this is also on a linen, a really nice light ivory linen colour, so it should be nice and contrasted, but it's got, if you look closely, that sort of sagey green tones through the leaves with also depth. So what I want to do is almost pick out this mossy green as well. In fact, I'll insert my mood board that I did it sat on the sofa yesterday, no, over the weekend, sorry. And I did also really like this, but I feel like that's a bit too Parisian when I look at it like that. But you know, it could be, I don't know, like see, that's a really difficult one. Like, what am I going to do with that? I do find this very interesting. I also really liked this one, but I definitely think that I'm less of a printed in this way, and that's quite white. I feel like that might look a bit too stark, whereas this one, although if I wanted to go really contrasting, I find it so hard because this happens all the time. It's like, I really want to get a sense of the fabric before, but this is that embroidered that I really like. So I'm going to take these upstairs, but like I said, here I will pop my little mood board. I've got some bits and pieces arriving tomorrow, I think. Just some little like dressy bits and pieces for my dressing room. And I've got to order my rugs and just move in that direction, basically. But yes, I've also had another order from Beaufort and Blake, which I was not expecting. But I think I'm going to open it with you and try these things on. Perhaps I'll do it tomorrow. Oh no, these are for Ali. These are for Ali, so I'll save these because I'll get him to try these on for you when he's back, because we love Beaufort and Blake. Representing in my Beaufort and Blake shirt that is actually so messy. I need to get some more of these. But yes, love this. So yeah, I had a wonderful day, a really, really wonderful day. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to take these upstairs and just have a look, just to get a feel for these things. I think I've spoken about it before, but I think I'm trying to be a little bit more confident in doing things now. Now that I know my colour palette and we've got the crux of the house, I'm just trying to be a bit more confident. Again, so much negative space. Maybe someone in the comments will let me know whether there's a reason, because all of these have so much negative space on them that I'm like, how do I get a feel for the fabric? Anyway, let's go upstairs. Right, I'm up in my dressing room. This is going to be so hard to show you. I'm trying to remove the colours that don't go, because you've kind of got to make sure that everything complements. But I do think that these two are my favourites. So one from Peony and Sage. This feels very like modern, like not modern in like a modern contemporary way, but like it feels like it's got a really modern print to it. And like, if I can you see that? It's so hard to show you. Maybe let me try on here like this. It's so hard because you only really know when you hold it up to the window. But yes, this feels, the only thing is that I worry that this is a bit too white, whereas this has a softness to it that I really like. I was looking at this blue because it almost looks like this is painted in the same colour, so it feels warmer and cozier with this one. But I do think that this is the win, because then when we have some little moss green bits and pieces, I'm thinking for like a little stool that I've seen on Warner House. They do this like moss velvet stool. I think that would be really lovely, and then like a moss velvet cushion. Like, I just think that, yeah, I think I like it. You see it in comparison to this, so hard. I do really like this though. And the colour seems to go really well. It is a hard one. Oh, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I do think this one, this softness feels nice and cosy. Well, I was not going to open my parcels with you, but some parcels are just too spectacular to share. This has been sent by the wonderful Jack at Penhaligon's, and he's topped me up with my Highgrove bouquet, which was getting a little bit low. I've also got my orange blossom, which I love, and I really wanted to get Lily of the Valley. There's also Elizabethan Rose and Quercus, which is a real classic. They have this in the, I believe they have this sometimes in the bathrooms of the Savoy, I think. I definitely know that, and like many other of the hotels in London. But yes, we've got the orange, oh wow, hand and body lotion. Oh my goodness, I don't even think I could use these. These might have to go somewhere special. Bless you. So yes, very, very thankful for that, because I'm such a huge fan. I honestly love this brand so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I usually never decide to vlog this late on in the day, but it has been one of those days where I have been pulled from pillar to post all day. It's just me in the house, although I have my wonderful goddaughter on her way to me very, very, very soon with her mum, who was actually here this morning. I have fresh nails, so much to tell you about, fresh greens, and oh, someone is calling me, 1 second. Yes, so I had my nails done today, and I tried a new colour, which was like something about opal. It's not released yet in the UK, it's in America. I tried it on my hands, I didn't like it, but what Alex and I have done on my feet is, let me show you. We basically, we were too late to do it. I put the first layer on and I was like, I really like it, but it's a bit pale for me. So what we've done, oh, this is why CND need to just do a collaboration with me. So as you can, Puzzy, you're looking at mummy's toes. So we've done a beautiful, delicate pearl. So this is the normal colour, and boys, oh, I can't show you. It's so hard to show you on my feet, and you don't need my hairy toes that up close in your life. But I have been here, there and everywhere today. So I started off the day, and it's all like lovely things. I started off the day with, and I know you hate it when I tell you about things and I don't take you with me. I just didn't have a chance to pick up my camera. I had my PT, I took the dogs for a walk, Alex then came, I had manicure, pedicure, then the owner of NFJ came, who is going to be is basically going to be making some solid oak furniture for our garden for us. Also some other bits and pieces. Then my Agriframes delivery was delivered. Then my ZARA order was delivered, and when my ZARA order was delivered, I then went up and started styling my dressing room, which is looking amazing, by the way. I then had a life coaching appointment with Jacqueline, which was amazing. All the while, I've been trying to like tidy up the house. There's just stuff everywhere. And so I've had my life coaching appointment, and during my life coaching appointment, Alex is coming over for the evening to spend it with me and Harlow. Well, I'm getting to spend it with Harlow and her. And I haven't had a chance to sort the house out yet. So yeah, it's been a manic one, and I'm like midway through doing my dressing room, so I'm kind of hoping I can like rope Harlow into helping with things. I've got so much to do, it's unreal. So I'm gonna start with the kitchen and just sort of tidy this up first, because it stresses me out so much seeing like stuff on every surface, and yet it's like I made this mess because I am literally the only person that's been working here today. Also, I'm wearing the dress of dreams from Lily Silk. I'm not supposed to be showing you this yet, but it is so elegant. Oh, love it. Anyway, stop admiring yourself, Lydia. You need to get your house prepped for the arrival of Her Royal Highness Harlow. I'm going to light this wonderful candle. It's a new one from Diptyque, which is lavender, but super chic lavender. Oh, it smells incredible. Okay, do you know but I think in here is almost done. Okay, we've had dinner and Alex and Harlow have gone for the evening, and I am just trying to finish off a few bits up here. I actually made good progress because Alex was rummaging through the beauty box. But this is where I am at. So to show you the things that I got from ZARA, I got these rattan baskets, which at the moment, one of these is housing all of my fabric swatches. I have ordered some new hangers from Amazon. I really like this walnut colour, so I thought I'd go for those. I've swapped out the blazers for blouses. These are all going to be steamed and ironed tomorrow because I just think it looks fresh and lovely. I have some new bay trees coming because these ones sadly got some kind of disease. I don't know if you can see on the bark there. And they've died. They lasted such a long time. I didn't notice that they had something on them because they'd been doing so well. I didn't realise, and sadly they did not last, but I've got some new ones coming. I then brought up this is an antique oil painting that I picked up at the Country Brocante at Dalesford. I love this. It is the most beautifully framed piece, and also it's like a little riverbank, which is just so beautiful, and the colours actually work so well in here. And I've placed it onto this art stand that I got from ZARA as well, and that works so beautifully for adding artwork into my eaves. I think I might bring it a little bit forward. And then obviously these are the blinds that I've gone for, which I think, again, I think it's so lovely because they've got sort of like every season in them. There's a little bit of ivory, a little bit of sort of like warm goldy, and then there's this bluey and this sagey green, which is gorgeous. So I've changed up a little bit these shelves here. I need to zhuzh the shoes and sort them out. But this basket is also from ZARA. I'm just going to put little trinkets and things in there to hide, just to store things basically a little bit easier. And then on this side, again, symmetrical with the straw basket at the top, and then some blouses that I'm just changing over the hangers of and popping on there and putting some wooden hangers on there. This piece of artwork is actually from Musée Home. I think I'm going to order another one of these, but framed without glass. I love their stuff. They're so good for getting traditional artwork with also like beautiful frames and affordably. So yeah, really, really good. Again, styled up with one of these baskets from ZARA, which is really, really good. I've also got the new Hermes home catalogue that they gave me the other day, so that's there. I'm not sure on this section here at the moment. I need to redo these pots somewhere else. I just always like having pots behind me when I do my makeup, but there definitely is some blank space here that needs a little bit of love, so it's still a work in progress. On the island, I'm still working on that as well. This tray is also from ZARA. Now I'm hoping that this is going to get a bit sun bleached because this is a bit more orange than the other items, but I really love the chunkiness of this tray. And I need to get myself a brushed antique brass mirror. I've got some brushes in here. I've got my new orange blossom, what's it called, body cream, a little fern on there as well. I'm still styling this little area up. But yeah, I'm really actually super happy with how it's looking. It feels so much more homely and a little bit more like a wardrobe, I would say. So yes, really, really happy with these like spaces, but I'm just gonna have a little bit more of a faff. But for the most part, I'm gonna finish changing over these hangers. I'm just changing them over to these because the pink is annoying me. And then tomorrow, hopefully when the other ones arrive, they'll go better. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Good morning, everyone. My goodness, I do not know where I got to yesterday. I felt like I was chasing my tail all day, and I ended up being in my bedroom just like tidying things up. I've still got to do a huge sort through of all of the cupboards. I don't know if I'm going to get to do that today because I've got some content to film and it's video day, so I'm going to be chasing my backside again. I've put some washing on, the doors are open to let some fresh air in because it's not sunny still. It is not sunny. It is very wet still, but I want the spring freshness coming in. Oh, that was the other thing. So it's a couple of days and my propagator thingy from Le Manoir hasn't like sprouted anything yet. So I am wondering, I'm wondering if my normal seed sprouter just does it quicker, because that takes like 2 days, but we shall see how it comes on. The only thing that I would like is for someone to design, maybe there is one, I probably need to check online, a beautiful propagator to put on your windowsill. So maybe like the base is terracotta and then you put in the nodules that are plastic or whatever, but the base is terracotta, then it's obviously a lot better, and then you have like a glass top to it. So when you do put it on your windowsills, it looks more beautiful, because I would buy that. I would 110% buy that, because it's not really my vibe. And you know what I'm like, I'm one of those people that like is very much affected by visual things, and even this is annoying me, my little terracotta planter. However, these are my little pea shoots that I'm going to be hopefully harvesting for pea risottos. I still don't have my little tray, so we have a makeshift one at the moment. It's not really working very well. And my little tomato money makers are doing it really well. In fact, I've not watered them much more because I need to get this first sort of batch into pots. I might try and do that today if I do have time, but yes, it is, the windowsills are full. Ali's going to come back and he's going to be like, I'm moving out. But the other thing I've been doing in the evenings when I have a moment to sit on the sofa is I've been looking into something, and I was very much inspired by August at Le Manoir. I think because we had so much in common, and it was like I kind of felt like I was looking at myself. I'm like, is this my future? Am I going to be one day the gardener of a like beautiful stately home? Is this me? But one of the things that I would really like to do, potentially, is maybe look at doing the course that she did. She went and did a horticultural course with the RHS, and she said that they were the best ones, I think. And so maybe I'll go and maybe I'll like do it, because the thing with me is at school, I didn't particularly enjoy learning. I just think that sometimes you gel with your school and sometimes you don't. And I don't think I gelled with my school, not fully anyway. And I'm at that point now where I'm like, maybe going back and testing your abilities. Like I struggle with retaining information a lot, which is weird because I enjoy retaining information, so it shouldn't be that, but I do. But I quite like the idea of challenging myself and doing an RHS course. When she said that that's what she did, I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally do that. I would love to do that. So yeah, I'm definitely toying with the idea at the moment. But this is where we're at. So I've managed to clear most of the stuff from behind here. I've just got things that I want to unbox on TikTok. Like I said, I've got some new trees coming because they're looking quite sad from Hello Petal. I don't know whether to just put another one there. I think that's too symmetrical though. But yes, really, really happy with how this is looking. It looks so much softer. I even brought in a different cushion. These ones are in our kitchen. And I don't think this one will stay here, but I like the sort of, it gives a sort of raw French linen feel, which at the moment I do feel like it's feeling quite Provençal in here, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. But I do feel like I've often felt like I needed to get rid of this marble top. If you can see there, like it's very soft and I love it. But if I'd gone for honed, I think this would have looked a lot more sympathetic with all of the marks and things like that. And it's also very, very blue. But because of this fabric, I think that when this fabric comes in, because we've got this sort of like duck egg blue frame in here as well, I can start bringing a little bit of, do you see what I mean? Just to sort of connect the colours and make it a bit nicer and a bit more cohesive, because then I don't have to replace this, because I don't really want to. I just would really like it to be like not shiny. I'd like it to be like a matte. And I wonder if I can do that, whether I can have the guy who did this marble come back and polish it. He is so good. But yeah, anyway, so this is where we're at. And I'm really, really liking it. It feels very fresh, very spring-like. What I've been looking at is if you go onto the Colfax and Fowler Instagram account, there is so much inspiration. I think I'm going to add like a border to this because I wanted to do a bit of a fringe or a tassel or something, but because it's going to be on a slant, I'm thinking that I'll make the tassels look weird. So I think maybe like a patterned border, like a contrasting border to give it some more depth will be so, so lovely. So yeah, sorry, I've been going on about this for such a long time, but I need to get myself ready for the day. I'm filming a little spring makeup video today. I was gonna film it yesterday, but I was just back to back all day. I used a wonderful retinol. Also, remember I mentioned about this and I bought the cream? Well, I've been sent something that's like a laser. I haven't shown it to you yet because I want to try it for myself, but it's a laser. So I might just move over and try that instead. Because this one you have to go through like quite a lot of like redness on it before it actually goes. But all in all, I'm very happy with my skin at the moment. Very happy. It has been another one of those days where I am chasing my tail and not vlogging huge amounts. We have had the Nicholson's team here finishing up the like garden bit. So they've even mown the lawn for us because it got to the point where the sausage dogs actually couldn't get through the lawn, and there's now like sausage dog little tunnels through the lawn. It's really funny. They're coming back in a few weeks because we're having these wild daisies planted in our wildflower garden. In the turf, and this was a suggestion that they made to us. No, actually, I think Ali asked for these because he saw them at Soho House, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, so they've been doing things there, adding the manure to the beds. I thought they'd already done this. And I did think that it was weird. I didn't realise they'd put topsoil on and then they'd come back with manure. I was so confused. So yeah, I've actually put some seeds in, so I don't know how they're gonna do. Might have to start again. But yes, so they've been here, which has been really lovely. And we've also had like just the house carnage and things like that. I'm sat here currently just going through my diary and planning like my videos and bits and pieces like that. And I wanted to let you know that I have found some of my favorite accounts on TikTok. I followed the ladies of Palm Springs or Palm Beach, because I saw this fantastic woman wearing this, like, it's really quite colourful, and it's colourful for me, but it's this beautiful scarf print Tory Burch dress, and I instantly just stopped and watched the whole thing. It's basically someone going around and speaking to the elder ladies, usually quite affluent, and asks them their outfits, and I love it. I live for it. These fantastic women. Most of the time they're like, why is this person holding a phone and filming me when they're asking me my outfit? Like, they're so, like, what's the word? They're so skeptical of what's going on. And then because I've obviously followed that account, I've now been suggested the like ladies of Madison Avenue. Oh my gosh, I am down a TikTok rabbit hole. I love it. I'll link the accounts down below if you want to follow them as well, because I love that kind of content. I feel awful sometimes when I tell you about accounts that I enjoy, because I'm like, this is, you know, is it saving the world? No, it's not. But is it something that really sort of brings me a little piece of joy, seeing these elder ladies living their life and living their best lives? It does bring me quite a lot of joy. I think, I don't know, I see a lot, I don't know, I just love it. But yes, so I'm planning content at the moment. I also wanted to show you, I think I spoke about it in my last video or my, or this video, I lose track. My pencils arrived. These are my colouring pencils. I think they're a German brand, but I loved the fact that they looked like volumes of books. And I think these are their sort of like wild colours. So obviously I loved the fact that there was like green and stuff like that in there, but I'm going to use these for my colouring when I'm listening to audiobooks. And I just thought they looked so, so nice. But I have some beauty parcels to get into with you. I've got the new Fern edition. I've also received Robin James's first product. Oh my gosh, proud friend alert. I mean, I can't say that I'm shocked, because he definitely came over and saw us and we definitely got to sample it. So yes, I've been very, very excited for this to launch, and I'm so proud, and I will link it in the description box. He's basically the guy that knows everything there is to know about hair. And he really does like know every kind of element of what makes a good product, because it's not one size fits all when it comes to hair products, and especially with the men's space, it's very, very like, it's hard because you've got different hair textures, you've got different wants and needs. I know that Ali, like at the moment, he's completely changed in terms of what he's using on his hair, and he's going for that much more like strong hold but natural hair look. And so yeah, he always speaks to Robin about hair care and things like that, and we always, well, anyway, I'm just one of those people that I'm just like, I'm so excited to try this because I've literally like smelled this and tried it myself not long ago. So yes, I'm very, very excited. I'm gonna get into that. And I've done a cult beauty order, and I have not done a cult beauty order for a very, very long time. And the reason why I did this is that I know that I am a creature of habit, and I get stuck in a massive rut when it comes to beauty. It's because I find things that work. I really like try things a lot. And I'm gonna put you on a tripod because clearly we're having a chat. I try a lot of beauty products, and I feel like there's a lot, I do need quite a lot to impress me when it comes to beauty. Like I want to be able to almost like show you why this product is so good and why I'm telling you about it. I don't show you all of the PR packages that are delivered to me anymore. I used to. It was kind of great content. I don't show all of that anymore. Sometimes there'll be something that I'm really, really excited to arrive, like when I get a Penhaligon's delivery or something like that, and I'm just like, guys, I can't wait to show you this. But for the most part, first of all, I want to be coming to you with information. So, and information from the fact that I've actually tried it. If I'm just showing you something that's new, you might like that. Let me know in the comments if you would want to know what products are just like newly released. I don't show you because I was struggling to find where the value was. I didn't want to always be like, look at all of this amazing stuff that I was sent. However, if you think that that would be beneficial, let me know in the comments, because I just always want to make sure that there is value added for the most part with the things that I'm like telling you about. So yeah, I did a cult beauty order, and I basically wanted to try from loads of brands that like I've experienced before, but maybe not tried products that I just wanted to try the products that really spoke to me from those brands. So I won't necessarily have tried everything. I mean, I did tack on a few products that I absolutely loved. I couldn't not. But the only thing is that I spent like £500 on Cult Beauty, and it got lost. They kindly sent me another one, but I ordered this like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I did pay for next day delivery. And then I messaged them and they were like, I'm so sorry, this is lost in transit. They gave me like a discount code thingy, and they also just sent it out straight away. Like, this literally came next day delivery. Anyway, we're gonna get into that, but I need to push my video live, so bear with me. Okay, video is up. Sorry about that. I got a little bit pulled away again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've got some bits and pieces to get into. I just don't want to be showing you products for the sake of showing you products. I think that's my main thing. Like, I try to make sure that when I'm telling you about something, I'm either being informative or I'm offering you a recommendation. I'm always trying to do my best by you, and I think it gets me into trouble sometimes, but in reality, that is it. I've got you at the forefront of everything that I do. And so if I'm sat there and I'm like, okay, I'm not David Attenborough, so I'm not gonna be showing you, you know, the changings of the world. However, as much as possible am I bringing you guys value in what I'm doing. So anyway, I bought this stuff that's in this Cult Beauty thing, and I'm gonna show you because I get stuck in beauty ruts all the time, and I have to like try things and change things up, because even like recently I've been like, oh my God, like still obviously completely and utterly obsessed with my skin and me, but like just the introduction of swapping 1 day a week to a retinol has made such a difference to my skin. That just addition of something else has just elevated my routine even more. And I was just full on like Skin and Me, Beauty Pie Serum, Arden moisturizer, and then just adding in this retinol, my skin just like sung. So it was like a realization as I stared at myself in the mirror in my bathroom. Do you know what, Lydia? Do a beauty order. Don't wait for these brands to send you these things. Do a beauty order. Everything that speaks to you, open it. So I'm gonna do the Cult Beauty box first, just because I have been waiting for so long for this to arrive, and then I'm gonna get into 2 other boxes with you, okay? Okay. It's a smaller box than I imagined for how much I spent. I mean, goodness me. Did I just hit the camera then? I think maybe I did. Sorry. So basically, I was really drawn to brands that have a real synergy with plants, nature, the earth, that kind of thing. I know I'm becoming such a hippie, but I don't care. That was really what I was going for with this, because I almost looked at some of the things that were in my old skincare routine, and I was like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like it reflected me. I want to be like passionate about these things. And so yeah, I went on and I looked at what spoke to me. And this is what we got. As usual, we got a lovely little gift with purchase, which looks, ooh, that smells amazing, which is from L'Occitane. And this is, it looks like 2 bars of soap. Oh, this from L'Occitane is one of the most beautiful fragrances. In fact, they do this as a perfume, I'm sure they do. If you are looking for like a sweet, elegant fragrance that not many people wear, then this for your fragrance, I would say, is like a game changer. And I think it's a bit more, well, I think it's quite affordable. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's quite affordable. Or if you want to add like a new dimension to a fragrance that you already have, adding this, the sweetness of this, adding it to like a body cream or something like that is going to change things up. So it looks like we've got the almond soap, and we've got the cherry blossom, and we've got the little mini shower gel, which I actually might put in my travel because I do like a good cherry blossom fragrance shower gel. Anyway, so we've gone quite mist heavy. I like mists. We've gone quite mist heavy, but we're going to go into it. So first up, I feel like it's self-explanatory that there would be a L'Occitane gift of purchase in here. This is a repeat purchase. I generally buy this quite regularly, and so does my husband. My husband lives for this. If you have a man in your life that suffers from like quite dry, like, I don't want to say manly skin, like quite dry, he's quite hands-on. Like Ali does a lot. He will get mucky in the garden. He will put shelves up. He literally just did the entire of the inside of his shed himself. So these are really good for like rough skin, but also a really deep moisturize. So I know that Ali's got loads of these, but he gets quite funny with me stealing his things. So I decided to treat myself. Now it's got quite it's a delicate floral, which it's not my favorite of fragrance. That's me being completely honest. I don't not like it. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's not going to add anything to your fragrance. So it's a good choice in my opinion. It's such a good choice for not interrupting the fragrance that you're wearing. Because sometimes I wear body creams and I'm like, well, bye-bye fragrance. This is like, I would say, this is like La Mer, but for your body. It is so rich and so, I can't even show you. It's so rich. And oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that this was refillable. Oh, how annoying. I bought that one. Okay, I'm just gonna buy refills moving forward. But yes, this is so rich and so like, oh, it's so good. So I bought that. A lot of so's going on, but I'm very passionate. Okay, next up, I went for something from, I went for 2 things from Pi. Now this, you will recognize this. I think this is the most beautiful brand. Like I remember being sat at my desk when I worked at head office for a brand, and I remember like not being able to afford this brand. Like it was so beautiful, but I was like, I can't justify it, I can't afford it. So for me now, this is a bit of a moment, because I'm like, even though I've bought stuff from them before, it's like I have to remind myself that there was a time, Lydia, when you couldn't afford this. And so now I'm like getting to know it a bit more. So I bought this flower, Century Flower mist, and it is quite possibly one of the most beautiful face mists I think I've ever used. First and foremost, it smells so elegant. That's the only word that I can use to describe it. It's so beautiful, but then what it does to your skin as well, it's like, it's just stunning. It is stunning. You get a really beautiful glow, a beautiful sheen. It's perfect for like adding, if you use things like mineral makeups, which can often take away a natural glow to your skin, I find personally, adding this on top instantly injects that moisture again, but doesn't interrupt the makeup. It is stunning. It's quite expensive for a mist. Not the most expensive, but quite expensive. but the smell, I remember I sprayed it at one of my appointments at Tracy Giles, and Miri, the lady who did my brows, literally like bought it there and then. She just from the fragrance, but I sprayed it on her face as well, but she loved it. Anyway, so the other thing that I got quite excited about was this. So this is the Pi sunscreen, and I loved the name of it because it said British summertime. So I was completely sold on it. It's SPF 30 and UVA UVB. It's got zinc and cotton extract, and it's a sensitive sunscreen. So that was what I was really interested in as well, because I'm currently hunting for a good face sunscreen. I mean, to be honest, it was the name. I just loved, you know what I'm like. I just loved the name, and I thought I would try it. So that is what's from Pi. Oh no, I got this as well. Oh, maybe yeah, I got this as well. So this is another thing that, I love oils. I love nourishing my skin with oils. So this is their Rose Hip Bio Regenerate Rose Hip Seed and Fruit. It's a universal facial oil, and it is brightening, even skin tone, and it's nourishing. I was sold, absolutely sold. Like the color of it, I was like, ooh, it's bright. But for Pi, oh, it's got a very, see, I love it. It's like some things will have beautiful fragrances, and some things they're like, this just doesn't have a beautiful fragrance and we're not going to add it. It just is if there is one, and it just isn't if there isn't one. And I love that. So this is quite earthy, quite natural, which I love for skincare. You don't need everything to smell beautiful. It can often be just like one thing that's like the indulgence of fragrance. So that was Pi. The next one is Caudalie. So I did an order from Caudalie, and you'll see some things that you know. Actually, I went nuts on Caudalie. Oh yeah, I did, I went nuts. But now I'm like remembering why I went nuts. Yeah, we went nuts. So I bought 6 items from Caudalie. 2 are repurchases, 4 are new purchases. So you will recognize this from last year. This is their grape water. This is insane. Like, this is just beautiful for summer and just cooling down your skin. I would probably, if you're asking me in my bougie state, I would probably pack this to travel with, just in terms of like spritzing over your skin if it gets irritated whilst it's away, or if you get like a bit of extra too much sun, if you know what I mean. This is just going to cool down the skin beautifully, but also it is just like a drink of water for your face, your skin, everything. So this is 100% organic grapes, preservative free, no need to blot after spraying. I would love to sort of understand this a little bit more as like a product, because I think that that's the thing that I would love to add a little bit more value with, is like understanding what they do with this, and like what it, because I just use it as a consumer, having just gone and like bought it essentially. But this is, yeah, I'd love to know more about this, because in summer I use this so much. And if you don't know, I'm shopping for summer with this one. So this shower gel, I don't often buy shower gel because I do get sent a lot and I don't like it going to waste. So even when I don't have a nice shower gel to use, I'll use it because it needs to be used. So I don't often do this. This is new for me, and this is their Soleil Divine, and this is their shower gel, gentle, soap-free. So this was what sold me. Enriched with aloe vera, notes of cocoa, orange blossom, jasmine, gentle plant-based cleansing formula. Oh, 0 parabens, 97% natural ingredients, and vegan. Against animal testing. It's just, ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is stunning. That is definitely for Soleil. That is like a summer, like, oh, what am I thinking? That's a summer shower gel. Like the moment that it warms up in the UK, this is coming out. Okay, I have to stop gushing over all of these things. Next up, I bought the Caudalie Vino Fresh. This is a repeat purchase. This is something that I've used before. I love natural deodorants, and this is one of my favorites. It's got a little plastic cover. Yeah, it does. I'm like, it doesn't smell. It's got a plastic cover. I don't know, how do we get that off? Ah, there we go. Yeah. So this is quite a tea tree fragrance, and this is tea tree, eucalyptus and grape. So again, sticking to the epicenter of the brand in that it's got the grape there, but also aluminium free, alcohol free, and I would say that this is one of the best natural deodorants that I've used. There are some amazing natural deodorants out there. I completely understand that. There are also some bad ones, and I've tried them and I'm like, oh my God, I smell. Okay, next up, I then went for the Vino Clean Micellar Water. I really want to get into using a micellar water, and this one it just spoke to me. Soothing organic grape water for all skin types, face and eyes. I need to get into that habit of using a micellar water. And then Fleur de Vigne. So this is, oh, I bought some of their fragrances. So again, I wanted to like trial some different fragrances from other places, but still with the sort of heart and soul of fragrances that I love. I wouldn't necessarily go to Caudalie for fragrances, but then again, I wouldn't necessarily go to L'Occitane for fragrances, and they have beautiful fragrances. So it's not like your first thought, and I love being able to offer something different at a different price point. However, I don't know, I can't remember how much I spent on these now. I'll pop it on screen, because, ooh. So this is a very delicate, oh, it's settling different. So it's very delicate, which I love. Fresh, oh yeah, that is beautiful. So what is in this one? So this is the fresh fragrance, and it's grapefruit, mandarin, and cedar notes. That is why I like it, because I love cedar notes. I honestly think that they just give an edge to fragrances that I don't think I found a cedar fragrance that I don't like, to be honest. And this is absolutely beautiful. And you're gonna feel like you're wearing one of those, like, you know, ridiculously expensive fragrances in like Harrods or whatever. But obviously people aren't gonna know what it is, and it's gonna be quite unique, because like I said, this is where you want to be looking at these other brands where they're not necessarily known for fragrances, but wow, they're putting beautiful ingredients, fragrances, notes, etc. Okay, then I think this is gonna be a really good summer one. I'd say that is a good spring one. So this is their Soleil Divine. Again, this would be sitting in partnership with the shower gel. So this is orange blossom, coconut, vanilla, and jasmine notes. Hold on to your butts. I think this is gonna be beautiful. Oh my gosh. I mean, I just ate that, but oh my gosh. Do you know who's gonna love this? Carrie Grayson. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Oh, it's delicate summer, but still with those typical like sweetie coconutty vibes to it, but without it being sickly. That is stunning, absolutely stunning. Wow, I would never have thought to go to Caudalie for fragrances. I love that. Okay, so that's everything. Oh, and I got a little mini beauty elixir, because I love that this has almost like a biphase element to it. I think that it gives you that nice glow, because the oils, they don't tend to mess with anything in terms of your makeup, but it really gives you that glow. So that is Caudalie. My tumble dryer is beeping at me. And then we've just got a few, literally 4 bits left. Oh my gosh, this is the longest little unboxing ever. I'm so sorry. Okay, washing machine off. Oh, did I turn that off properly? I hope so. Okay, last 4 bits. I could not resist. The Aurelia pillow mist, I know, but I'm obsessed with it, and I love it, and I love getting it out, and I love the branding, and everything about this brand is so beautiful. Like, I honestly cannot put into words how beautiful this brand is. Everything. And I feel like it's a testament to this brand that they use it at Time. Like, for me, that just says everything, because Time's standards on everything are like up here, and they use Aurelia in their spa, and their spa is beautiful. So yeah, I love this. You know, I discovered this not long ago, and I couldn't not, you know, lots of miss. Okay, finally I did some shopping from Chantecaille. Now, Chantecaille is like my splurge brand. It's like that brand that is like, it's just so beautiful. It's very expensive, but you always know that you are going to absolutely love everything from them. So this is their orange flower water. And I saw it, and I read about it, and I was just, Yeah, I even loved this. Like, so this is the packaging. It's obviously a face mist. So how many face mists did I buy? 1, 2, 3, 4. I love face mists, okay, and I go through them. I love my Beauty Pie one as well, but I love face mists. So I understand, but anyway. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that is very, very lovely. It says a face spritz scented with organic orange blossoms, steam distilled to capture the powerful properties of the blossoms. Each spritz revives the spirit and the senses with a soothing fragrance mist that balances and refreshes the skin. Oh my gosh, so good. And then I did something that I often, this is the Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. And this was expensive, but I was just completely and utterly visibly smooth and perfect your complexion with this soft focus blur powder that offers a hint of radiance. Oh my goodness me. Wow, wow, wow. This looks, it looks absolutely spectacular. Look at that sort of radiance in the powder. Let's see if I can swatch it. Oh yeah. Oh wow, can you see that? There is a little bit of like radiance to the powder there. You can see, I'm gonna test drive that in a video, I think, because it's expensive. Okay, and then I went for, because it's gonna be getting warmer, this is the Sea Screen from Chantecaille, made with 70% organic ingredients, 95% natural, reef safe, non-nano zinc, water resistant for up to 80 minutes, family friendly, and supports wild aid. This was just tick, 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 tick to all of the things that I would want in a sunscreen, but there's so much more. When you listen to this, botanically infused with wild moss rose, ashwagandha root extract, organic orange water, organic aloe vera, organic bisabolol, which I've obviously never heard of, so I'm probably butchering that, organic white tea, organic rosemary extract, organic raspberry seed extract, organic coconut oil, and organic jojoba seed oil. That was a nature lover's dream. So yes, I couldn't resist it. It's probably very, very expensive for a sun cream. Like I said, I ordered this 2 weeks ago, so I've kind of forgotten what I spent on each product. I just remember the bill, but I just loved everything about this, because I do feel guilty all the time if I use something that isn't like perfect for the environment. And it's got the little whales on it, so looking forward to test driving it and seeing if it like works with my skin, etc., but loved everything that this stands for. So that is everything that I got from Cult Beauty. Oh my gosh, like I'm so happy that it arrived, but I was like, I wanted to show you this sooner. And then I have 2 boxes here. I'm gonna get into the box over to the side. Hello, Lumi. Hello. Okay, so this is his first product, and I believe he sent one for me and one for Ali. So this is Amphor, and this is the Texture Volume Spray, or as Robin calls it, TVS. And it is a weightless volume with reworkable hold. I love volume, and this is serious, but it means that you can like, it's got fluidity, but it's gonna hold your hair in place as well. So if throughout the day you're maybe like, you've put on a jumper or something and it's, you know, mushed your hair up a little bit, you can just rework it again. It smells incredible from what I remember, as long as you didn't tweak the, yeah, oh. It's got such a chic fragrance. Like I imagine this in like, it's got a like smokiness to it that you're almost, and he'll probably kill me for saying this because he's also the king of fragrance, but it's almost got like this, you would imagine sitting in a bar in Paris. There's probably someone next to you that's like maybe finishing off, I don't know, a whiskey, and it's just got this like Parisian smoky feel to it that I just love. So yes, I'm definitely gonna be test driving this on my hair because your girl loves volume. As you can tell, I always look like a mushroom. So one for me and one for Ali. Thank you so much, Robin. I hope it does amazingly for you because you are literally the best human in the world. And finally, the final box arrived to my PO box from the Fern team, and this is another brand that I am so incredibly excited about. I discovered their podcast first and foremost, and they ended up sending out their fragrances. So both of these are PR, by the way. So I was sent this by Robin. Obviously, I am going to feature this. In fact, I could probably show you the tester that I've got downstairs of Robin's initial product. But the Fern one is also sent to me as well. So basically you have to sign up to essentially it's like a waiting list, but they call it something much lovelier and doesn't sound quite so you can't sit with us, because everything is like essentially batch made. So they have to know what they're supplying so that there's no waste, and it's almost like being in another sort of beauty club, but for fragrance, because they release a new fragrance every season. This is Spring 23 Organic Eau de Parfum. This is such a beautiful brand. Like, I think that this is such a genius and innovative. I thought Lumi was peeing in the box then, please ignore me. But this is such a innovative way of doing fragrance in this day and age. And so, yes, I was very, very, very happy to see their spring fragrance arrive, because their autumn one was absolutely beautiful. Ah, you're messing up my new dressing room, are you, my little Pikachu? My little Pikachu. Yes. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Anyway, so yes, it comes in this little box, and I actually don't know if this is, so basically what they're doing is they're doing all sustainable packaging as well, which I think is wonderful. I just don't know if you're supposed to keep it in this and like hope that it stays together, or whether it really is like you just have it like this. There's no lid, nothing like that. It tells you more about the fragrance on here. So this is Narcissus. You are purring, that means you want to be on my lap. Timot pepper, pettigrain, green mandarin, basil leaf, neroli, ginger, vetiver root, bitter orange, red cedar, jasmine, and bergamot. The base is organic Italian grain vodka, and this was developed by Elodie Durand and Francois Robert. I'm thinking that's how you say it, either that or it's Francois Robert. So this, I mean, I've got a lot of fragrances going on at the moment, so I think I'm going to test drive this in another video, but I'm just going to get a hint of it. Lumi, you should not be in here. Yes, do you like it? Oh wow, that is actually beautiful, but I really want to try this out when I can't smell 100 other things, and I feel like I've given myself like overkill with this. That is so, I've got Lumi fur on my face now, on my lips, on my face, whatever. That is so unexpected for spring. I feel like this is like a spring, it's quite deep. We're gonna test drive this. We are gonna definitely test drive this tomorrow, because I feel like it's mixing with my Anfor and it's making it all like smoky and wonderful. But I wanted to let you know that it's been released. If you want, that's what they call it, their ledger. They call it their ledger, which I think is a much nicer thing than their wait list, because, are you okay, my little weapon of mass destruction? I think you want some attention, don't you? So anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope you enjoyed this little beauty haul. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below about, you know, showing PR and things like that, because I just want to make sure that it's informative for you. I don't want it to just always look like a huge unboxing. I know that there's a lot of unboxing on this channel, but a huge unboxing of just things that I don't know anything about and have nothing to tell you. So that was why. I'd rather show you why I'm buying things, what I'm interested in, why they spoke to me, and then obviously work them into my videos and tell you how I love them, basically, or how, if I don't love them, you know, maybe I'll do that, even though I don't really ever do that. Anyway, I'm going. Let's go down and snuggle with the snooze. That's the end of this vlog. Oh my goodness me, this is gonna be so long, I'm so sorry. I'm just really in my groove with vlogging at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it, so I hope that's okay. Anyway, come on, Scraggy Meow, come on.